Hey, Austin here. If you are one of the many millions suffering from restless legs syndrome, I got news for you. But before we get to that, let's take a few moments and talk about this condition generally. Now, one of the things that I do sometimes is I just poke around online, uh, looking at or kind of investigating some peculiar conditions. And it so happened that on this occasion, I just happened to be on the Medline Plus website, which is a government website, US government website. And this page here talks about the restless legs syndrome. And from reading the information here, I wasn't really encouraged. And I think the many millions of people suffering this condition will not be encouraged either by what this page says about this condition. Now, one of the things it says that restless leg syndrome is a nervous system problem that causes you to feel an unstoppable urge to get up and pace or work. You feel uncomfortable unless you move your legs. Moving stops the unpleasant feeling for a short time. So the act of moving only helps for a moment. And here it talks about some of the conditions that can trigger this ailment. One is a chronic kidney disease, diabetes, iron deficiency, Parkinson's disease, peripheral neuropathy, pregnancy, multiple sclerosis. So that's just some of the things that can trigger the condition. And here they talk about the symptoms, creepy and crawling in the feeling sensation, creeping and crawling in the legs, bubbling, pulling and tugging, burning or searing, aching, throbbing or pain, and itching or gnawing. These are all uncomfortable sensations that that you are feeling in your legs. In and of themselves, they may not be fatal, but they suddenly degrade the quality of life by giving you this continuous feeling of discomfort in your legs and the need to pace around to relieve these sensations. Now, down here it talks about exams and tests. It said there is no specific test for restless legs syndrome. Your healthcare provider will take your medical history and do a physical exam. You may have blood tests and other exams to rule out conditions that can cause similar symptoms. So no specific tests that they have developed to address this issue. And it talks about treatment down here. It says the restless legs syndrome can't be cured. Now that sounds like a death sentence sort of for the many people who are suffering this condition. There is, according to a government website, there is no hope of, well, at least right, there is no cure for this condition. And, to them, it cannot be cured. You can only manage the condition. And that's what the pharmaceutical companies like to hear, no cure. And they just, give you medication to mask the symptoms, and then you come back for more medication and more medication, and that's it, more money in their pocket. But luckily, now that we talked about the bad news, let's talk about the good news. Luckily, I found another website that kind of gave me some encouragement about this condition. So let's quickly take a look at the website. Okay, here is the website. It's the RLS natural cure. And it says eliminate the restless syndrome in weeks. Now, that's a bold claim. It says know how to get rid of your restless leg syndrome in 30 days or less using a method that attacks the RLS causes. So a while ago, we just had the government say there are no cures, but here we have someone, Albert Johnson, who is a medical researcher, uh, telling us that this condition is curable and that he has a cure for it. And knowing that he has a cure for it, he says within 4 weeks or less, you will be able to sleep without fear of symptoms at night. Sleep through the night continuously, forget insomnia, which is which comes as a result of this constant urge to pace around, traveling without suffering more pains in the legs, watch full movies without pains in the leg. Now, these are probably some of the things that those who suffer this condition are not able to do right now with a degree of comfort. But Albert is telling us that this can be done with his treatment. And down here, it talks about the little kind of experiment that he did. And this is the finding, right? It says, once the completed experiment, people that were using my techniques felt good and only had to follow a simple plan to not suffer the troubles produced by restless leg syndromes. But people who had used traditional medicaments, in addition to suffering the side effects thereof, needed to continue the pharmacological treatment because their effects lasted only as long as it is used. So in other words, there were two groups. One group used this method, the other group used traditional treatment. And those that used the traditional treatment, they got relief, but the relief was only as temporary, as momentary as when, as long as they used the medicine. But those who used his technique got results without side effects, and their results were longer, were more permanent than those who use their traditional medicine. Even though they had side effects, their relief was only temporary. So that's a lot of a big difference right there. And down here it talks about it, tells you that this program is on a special launch offer for $29. And in my mind, $29 is a no-brainer for anyone who is suffering this condition. And I mean, the government just told you that there is no hope of a cure. And here we have Albert Johnson telling you that, yes, there is hope, there is a cure, and you can get that for $29. And so he also offers some bonuses that go with this offer here. And down here, there are some testimonials, those that said they have used the system and have gotten some good results. The first one is from Victor Herrero from Spain, and he says, my main problem was when I needed to study. So evidently he's a student, because I had difficulties to concentrate by lack of sleep. But since I learned what was causing my problem, I have been able to uproot it. I want to thank Dr. Albert Johnson and all I have learned from his book. Since I performed the techniques explained in RLS Natural Cure, I have improved my health. So Victor is grateful to Dr. Albert for the information in the book that has helped him to now live a better and more productive life, especially with his studies. And here we have Giselle Gonzalez from Mexico. And she says, until half a year ago, I suffered restless legs syndrome disease almost every day. Now that's a pain. After the first week that I tried the book, RLS Natural Cure, and performed the 7 days plan, I have only experienced discomfort 4 times. That's amazing. And down here we have another individual says, I can only say one word, amazing. I was suffering a lot of pain in my legs at night, and I could hardly sleep. When I was pregnant, it was the worst time for me. Luckily, I found this book and it helped me a lot. Now I can again enjoy my life with my son. Oh, well, lucky you. So there's some testimonials for this book, this program that Dr. Albert Johnson has put together. And again, for $29, it's a no-brainer, and there is a 100% risk-free guarantee if you use it. And says if you use that, you don't think it is helpful to you, you can ask for a refund and no questions asked. It says that if for any reason you decide you aren't completely satisfied, just email me within the first 60 days, and I will refund your first month's free fees, and you won't be charged another dime after that, no questions asked. So there is a 60-day money back guarantee, and that's a long time to try the system out and see if it works for you or not. Again, I want to encourage you to at least go check it out, and all you have to do is scroll down to the link below, click on the link, and go take a look for yourself. And I hope that it helps you and that you find a permanent solution with this program for your restless legs syndrome. And again, thank you for watching, and God bless you.